The last thing that bothered him was people saying cooking is for women. His driver to become a hotelier was different. The guarantee of getting food better than the four orphanages he spent all his childhood in sounded like magic to his ears. The home he lived in gave him an opportunity to study hotel management and he grabbed it. He gave it his all despite his weak academic background. A few years later, he would be the chef de cuisine at one of the largest international hotel chains with 7,349 locations worldwide. Not only did he ever go hungry again, he has fed thousands and thousands of people with impeccable food from cuisines around Asia. He is also probably the only professional chef we have in the Mizo community. The Mizos, that is us, we are a tribe from the northeastern part of India with approximately 10 lakhs or 1 million in population worldwide. Now ask me if I'm proud. I am absolutely thrilled to have this fighter and achiever at Candid with Candy. Please welcome Benjamin Lalmaya from Hyderabad, India. I'm Candy, your host for the show. Please subscribe, like, and share. Enjoy the show. Thank you so much for joining me, Ben. I'm so honored to have you at Candid with Candy today. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. Thanks for welcoming me. Thanks for your time and opportunity.
And I know that so many people will be really inspired by your story. And thank you for opening up your life to us. I really want to go back to your childhood days because when I asked you about it, I was speechless. So let's begin with that story.
When I was just about 8, 9 years old, my father passed away and my mom was without job, and then we don't have a source of income, so I have to end up in an orphanage home. First I was in an orphanage home back in Manipur, Churachandpur. It was under Assembly of God Church, and I was there for almost a year, and then we came to Mizoram. In Mizoram, I was put in Muanna Inn. That is also an orphanage home run under the Salvation Army. And we were about 30 to 35 boys of different age. I spent about 1 year in that particular children's home, and then I've been admitted into a Harmon Children's Home, which is a bigger one. I completed my middle school, and then after that, yes, I failed class 10. I was not a great student, and I could not pass class 10 in one try, and I have to move on. I have been sent to the extended children's home in Kolkata, which is known as Nazareth Home.
Okay. Ben, just before we move to Calcutta, I just want to spend a little more time in, your childhood days, right? You obviously had the opportunity to go to school at the various orphanages. How far was school from your home, from the orphanage home?
When I was in Mualpui, it was about 5 kilometers. So we have to walk under the sun, under the rain, and there was no cab, there was no bus, there was no cycle, there was no transportation system. Even the road were not paved properly.
What kind of food were you given at the orphanage?
Oh yeah, a mountain of steamed rice. Yeah, and we top with this lentils dal. We used to have a main course of either a potato if we are lucky. Otherwise, mostly it's vegetables. What we can source, we used to have a garden, which is taken care by the kids along under the guidance of our wardens. Meat, yes, once in a week.
Was there a lot of bullying?
Definitely, used to be a lot of fight. Yeah, if any of the staff, any of the warden caught us fighting, then yes, they used to give us certain punishment.
Oh,
Maybe, some people used to steal some other stuff, or we used to fight for certain things. Say, when it comes to food, sometimes, okay, this guy is getting more quantity than what I get. A lot of fight in between, and we all are boys. As I said, with different age, the elder people used to have, like a few gangs under them. So sometimes we have to sacrifice our bread,
right, right, right.
yeah,
And give it to the bigger boys.
give it to the bigger boys.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
So, emotionally, what was going on, right? I'm sure you missed home a lot. Did you want to run away? I mean, do you remember as a child? How was it?
Yes, I do. Especially during this Christmas season, we used to have a lot of visitors who come and give us a gift, Christmas gift. And what comes in my mind is they are from a rich people family. They have a lot of these excess stuffs, excess money. They have excess clothes, the best shoes they wear. I used to envy them a lot, and then I used to think, they must be sleeping on the bed. What to say? In a separate room, and then they must be having a fridge. They must be having a TV to watch all day long, and that is what I used to think, and I used to envy them a lot. And we don't see outside world. All I see was home and the school. Yeah.
And that's a good point that you just mentioned, right? Because after this, you failed your class 10 and you were sent to Calcutta. That is when you saw the world for the first time, right?
That definitely, yes.
So
That
let's
was the
talk
first
about
time I ever saw outside. We don't have any guides on career, our career path,
the possibilities.
Yes, possibilities, exactly. What are the opportunities if we pursue so and so courses? There was no guidelines at all, and there was no competition among us. So we just sleep, eat, work, go to school, study. Everything was on time.
Right.
So we were in very much routine work. There was no much competition. But once, I've been sent to Kolkata. The moment I land Kolkata, I can see how different the other side of the world is. And then, I start thinking myself, what was I doing? I was like, what was I thinking? All I thought was, in Harman Children's Home, all I thought was like, okay, I'll go home to school. What would be we were just guessing what would be our dinner tonight. Beyond that, there was nothing. Yeah.
I know exactly what you mean. And, while, we're talking about it in a very light way, but it wasn't anybody's fault, right? Because you're so cocooned in that world that you really didn't know that there was anything else beyond, what you did every day. So what you had told me was you actually went to Calcutta to understand the leather craft, right?
Yes, exactly. Since I said I was not really good in academic, so I've been sent to Kolkata to pursue at least a craft course so that I can stand on my own. So I've been sent to Kolkata to pursue this leather craft. It was under Siom Society. It was within the camp, La Martiniers for Boys campus. In La Martiniers also, people being dropped, getting out of Mercedes-Benz or getting out of all the luxurious car. And I start thinking that, okay, I think I should pursue academic line further, and I'll have to do something better than what I'm doing today, in order to make my life better in the coming years. All I thought was I'll do this leather craft for a couple of years, and then after I graduate, I'll go back to Mizoram, and then I don't want to be a cobbler. Poverty, I don't want to go through that again. And then, of course, one day I want to get married, I may have a child, and then I don't want to my kids and my descendant to become poor like me.
Right. Right. Of all the things, you have a story on why you eventually did hotel management. Tell us that.
If you ask any of the professional chef, what is your passion? They will always say cooking is their passion because they are chef. But for me, cooking is not my passion. Cooking is my profession. That is what I used to say. Because I earn by cooking. Coming back to your question. I end up growing up in various orphanage home where I get only a steamed rice and a very, very, tasteless food. I mean, yeah, you don't have any side dish. You don't have no salsa, no marcha road, no bai, no arsakan, no voksakan, nothing. I've been eating that food for more than 12 years. I am not going to eat this kind of food for my life. One day I want to eat a good food. I want to go to a big restaurant, enjoy the best food. That was the reason why I enrolled myself in an hotel management institute. I know that once I graduate, I'm going to work in a hotel. Yes, once I work in a hotel, I know that I'm going to get good food. Yeah. Cooking was it was never a first choice.
Pukwanga had also told you all that if you do hotel management, not only will you eat good food, there is also a chance to go to a foreign country. I think that's what was also something that really motivated you, correct?
Exactly. Yeah. ZEF, Zoram Evangelical Fellowship chairman was ready to send us to foreign country if we graduate hotel management. To work, make a career, going abroad, basically. Yeah. There was another reason why I pursued this course. But unfortunate that before I could complete, he passed away. Third year, I got an opportunity to go in Queen Margaret University, Edinburgh. For that, I need about 13 lakhs rupees, which of course I don't have. So that was the opportunity I have, and which unfortunately I missed. When I asked our management, they don't allow, and they cannot invest that much money for one particular, student.
And now that you're talking about studies, right? Hotel management in itself, whether you go abroad or not, is a huge sum of money, right? And maybe at that point in time, it would have been at least 3-4 lakhs,
It's about 4 lakhs, yeah.
Right. And even for people who are not in an orphanage, it's still a big sum of money. Like my parents wouldn't have had that much money back then, Very important backbone for you were the sponsorships, right? The Dutch sponsorship.
Yes.
Not only you, as in all the children in the orphanage. Can you give us a little glimpse of that the sponsorship that you received?
Harmon Children's Home was run under the fund which comes from Reconnecting. Reconnecting is a Dutch word which means help a child. So what we used to do was individual kids used to have a direct sponsor. So we used to write letter twice in a year to our sponsor, but we never know who is our sponsor because they don't want to disclose, because some people misuse that opportunity even after they have been released from home. So whatever address or phone number written in their letters as well, they used to rub it off, and their only visible was their name and letters. So we also used to get a lot of letters from our sponsors. So we used to read, so excited, I got this gift, he sent me this card. Sometimes that battery operated card, you open, it will sing. We used to get a lot of second-hand clothes which comes directly from Holland. After coming to Kolkata, and then through Facebook, I thought even my sponsor must be using the same social media. So I started searching his name. I was just trying my luck, and then suddenly it pops up. I was like, wow, he's there. And then I start connecting him, send him a friend request, and then we start contacting each other. He was asking me how I am, what am I doing now, and then what I'm up to. So I told him that I got married, I have a beautiful daughter, all those. So we start exchanging our pictures again, and he used to send me all those old letters which I used to send, and sometimes, drawing. He used to send me, Benjamin, can you recognize this?
Hopefully, he'll watch this show. What message do you have for him?
I love him just like, biological parents. I'm really thankful that he supported me. I know sparing money for someone and for that many years, it's not an easy thing. He also have family to take care. He must be having a lot of bills to pay as well, and still he spared that money to support me and then bring me this far. He is the reason, why I am what I am today. So I really believe that he is a great, believer of Jesus. Yeah, his name is Simon Woods. He's a Dutch man.
That's awesome. So, Simon, if you're watching this, I think we need more people like you. But just looking at Ben and him being able to tell his story, you have had a very big hand to play. So, even from Candid at Candy, we celebrate you today and thank you so much. We also talked about international offers that eventually came. You obviously always wanted to go to a foreign country, but you've turned down all those offers. Can you tell us why?
Well, I could not go because, most of the opportunity that I got are offering only single status. That means I can go and work, but I cannot take my family. And I am a family man. I grew up in an orphanage home. I never have a chance to grow up as a family under one roof inside a house, so I cannot just leave that, and then I want to see my kids growing up.
Right. In other words, family comes first no matter what, right? The money doesn't.
Definitely, because no matter how much money you may earn, you may make, you always lose out that the family, the warmth. Even though I may work for 14-15 hours in a day, but I start having energy again the moment I reach home, to play with my kids.
What do you want for your children that you did not have? What is the lesson that you teach your children?
I teach them more of, to give thanks to God for giving us a shelter, for giving us food, for everything, whatever blessing that we have. So I used to give an example of those beggars who are outside, who don't have shelter to live in, people who are sleeping on a pavement, and then I encourage them not to waste food.
Your story is seriously, almost like rags to riches, right? Today, you're such a well-known chef in one of the biggest hotel chains in the country. Everybody knows you, and like you rightly said, you've built a beautiful home with a wife who's been with you since you were nothing.
I met my wife when I was, I think, when I was in class 11 or 12. She used to encourage me a lot. She is the one who loved me the way how I am, having nothing, but still she loved me. There was a lot of other guys who were after her. I know that, who have a bigger pocket.
Yeah. Really God's gift to you then, right?
Yeah, she's a gift.
Especially made for you.
Right. And then she have waited me for, I think, for almost 8 years.
To get married?
To get married, yeah.
So rapid fire with Ben from Hyderabad, India. Are you ready?
Yes, ready.
Yes. Okay. Name the cuisine you have not tried yet.
Cuisine I haven't tried yet. I think I have tried everything.
Really? What? Okay. Any?
Oh, African. Yeah, I can say African cuisine.
Okay.
African cuisine.
What do you like to cook most?
Mostly Asian food.
What do you do when you're not cooking?
When I'm not cooking, I play with my kids.
Yeah. What do you hate most about your job?
Pleasing different types of people with the same food who have different tastes, different palates, different background.
Kolkata or Hyderabad?
Hyderabad.
Really?
Mhm.
I thought you were going to say Kolkata. What's the strangest thing you've eaten?
Snakes.
Your favorite football club?
Manchester City.
Who, according to you, will win Euro 2020?
I wish the Dutch win.
Oh, for obvious reasons.
I am always orangey. I even have their jersey.
All right, you did very well. That was the rapid fire. Yay.
Thank you.
Yeah, and thank you so much for your time. It was such a pleasure having you. I love listening to your stories. So thank you for making time.
Thank you so much. Kalome.
More videos right here at my channel. Till next week, God bless and take care.